Hello internets, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody and this is the Christian News Show we do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with geeksundergrace.com. And I wanted to thank you guys before we get started because over the weekend it was my birthday and we reached 800 subscribers. So they're probably not related in any way, but I'm gonna take it as a birthday gift. That happens because you guys share these videos. And today's news seems to have a lot to do with celebrities. The first one being about David Oyelowo. I'm definitely saying that wrong. He's the guy that played Martin Luther King Jr. in Selma. Well, there's an upcoming movie that he's in called Captive where he plays a villain. Like in the movie Captive, he is this murderer, he kidnaps people, and then he kills them. It's about this woman who was kidnapped by him that's like her story. And I found this kind of cool because the actor is a Christian, and because of that, he says he does not want to glamorize this character's evil acts. He says he's very aware of how good and evil are portrayed in movies anymore. I mean, you think about Loki or the Joker. We had to work very hard to make sure that Nichols didn't come off as a cool kind of James Bond-like character, because you have all the cinematic touch points that we actually associate with heroes. Main point, I am very intrigued and I will probably be watching this movie. And on the topic of celebrities, I want to go to our next story, which is about a new trend that seems to be happening. Because it seems that a number of Christian celebrities are coming out and talking about depression. There's Sheila Walsh, who used to be a host for the 700 Club. She was actually sent to a psych ward to get treated. Then there's Nicole, who used to be a Victoria's Secret model. And I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately because there's a lot of people out there who will say, you know, that bad thing that happened to you, God's got a plan for it. Like, you got cancer? God works in mysterious ways. And like, that doesn't make sense at all. Those are words of somebody who has never had anything bad happen to them ever. Like, I've read the Gospels at least a few times and I'm pretty positive I have never seen like Jesus go up to somebody and go, I'm going to bless you with disease. And I don't think it's what these celebrities are trying to say. I just think that a lot of people perceive it that way. And I think something very important to note is that God strengthened their faith through these hard times. God's not like, you know what'd be good for you? Eternal sadness. But I do think that God says, hey, I see that you're going through some stuff. I understand that. I made you. Let's work on it together. I'll get you through it. Just something I think is important to note. Also, if there's any slightest chance that you are depressed, because most people don't know that they are, go Google depression and see if any of the symptoms line up with anything you're doing in your life. And if anything matches, go to thirstlivingwaters.com. Hopefully they can help you out because depression sucks. I have seasonal depression, so every winter I get in this really low slump. And when people think about depression, they think about being sad because that's kind of the big thing. But through that is also a lot of self-sabotage. Like for me, what bothers me is that I just get into this huge cycle of self-sabotage. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to do anything. And that is really, really bad when you're trying to live your life. So go check yourself out because it's way more than just being really, really sad. And from that, we go to the final story of the day, which is about millennials. So there's been a trend in the United States for the last 20 years or so where babies were usually born out of wedlock. Well, according to statistics, that trend is now changing. So the majority of babies are being born when people are married. And so looking at it, it seems that the more educated you are, the more likely you're going to have a baby once you're married. And a lot of people are looking at this statistic and going, yeah, that means millennials are becoming Christians. I'm possibly a bit cynical, but that is not why I think this is happening. Because we are living in one of the most self-absorbed generations ever. Think about how much time you spend on social media, and then think about the fact that every time you post on social media, you are trying to shape what people think about you. And like, I'm not an exception to this rule. My wife and I are waiting to have kids until we are between 27 and 30 because we want to live life first. Like, I think people are waiting to have kids until they're married because they don't want to mess up their life. Like, we'll just wait till we get married, and then I know that everything's gonna be cool. And I don't think that is bad in any way. I mean, that's a good thing. But regardless, I think it's interesting. Millennials are starting to slowly follow Christian values, which is something that we've kind of been known not to do. So why do you think that millennials are waiting to get married to have kids? I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, make sure you check out geeksundergrace.com for more geeky content. My name is Cody Armour, bringing you Christian news in a not so boring kind of way every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray. And to everybody, like, subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.